All right. So I just talked myself out of being a quitter. I was thinking of quitting my drug habit, but I'm not a quitter. I'm gonna, you know, power through. I realized that the problem isn't the drugs. It's this. My sleeping is jealous of all the time I'm spending with the drugs. It needs me to spend some time sleeping, and it'll be fine. The drugs aren't ruining my life. Nothing's ruining my life. I'm fine. I just need to sleep more. But I just tried to play and sing, and I couldn't do it. And I tried to make a video earlier today, and I couldn't. Well, I did it, but it sucked. So, I'm like, what the hell? Do I need? Is it the drugs? I'm like, it's the drugs, isn't it? But it's not. It's asleep. Drugs and me get along just fine. My top ramen lifestyle's done. I'll be right back. This for the price. It's the most delicious meal. The most bang for the buck. It's delicious. I get the chicken flavor because chicken soup for the soul or whatever. Like everybody knows chicken soup's good for you when you're sick. And so if it's good for you when you're sick, it's got to be good for you when you're not sick too, right? Like, yeah, I'm sure there's chicken broth in the seasoning packet. It's delicious. I like it when the noodles are still a little, al dente, a little hard. When they're soggy, it's disgusting. Okay. So let's take a look at a few things. So you don't have to watch me eat. But I got some stuff prepared though. So check this shit out. This is a Statue of Liberty that's in Paris, France, obviously. Okay. Now, abracadabra, alakazam. Shazam. Look at that. How is that possible? You tell me. If this doesn't present you with one hell of a pickle, then there's something wrong with you. This should definitely break your brain. I'm going to be very disappointed if your brain is not broken by this. Look at this. How is that possible? No, the statue did not move. Because look, the statue is right in the same place, right in between these two lights. On this thing that's by that bridge, okay? Okay, the bridge looks like... Oh, never mind, the bridge is right here. But then there's another bridge behind it. But the statue didn't move. It's just the stuff around it changes dramatically. And ordinarily, like you would just say, oh, well, they just, remodeled a shit ton of buildings. But because there's a Eiffel Tower back there, and we know that the Eiffel Tower has been there since like before cameras, and it hasn't moved since before cameras. So there's no excuse for that happening. So basically, I'm curious if this is just something that's easy for me to find, or if other people can just as easily find these things. So please pick some kind of structure, some type of old thing at random, and search for it on Google Images, and let me know what you find when you do a little investigation into this, because it's really wicked easy for me to find Mandela effects like this, and I'm curious to know if it's just me or everybody. Let's see what else we got. Alright, check this shit out. So that's great. Look, that compared to that. Oh, I see that one pile. That kind of like shitty looking pile, but the rest of it's all nice and organized. And then that one shitty looking pile is right here. But hey, but all the nice neat stuff around it disappeared, I guess. Right? Like there's this shitty pile and a nice wall around it. And here's a shitty pile, no wall around it really. Well, a little bit. Okay, and then there's an issue with the ramps. Like, look how short these ramps are. Short little ramps. Short, steep ramps. And, super long ones. I'll find a good example. Here. Those are long. Long ramps. Short little itty bitty ramps. Alright, and then there's another issue here where well, I guess I shouldn't talk about it before I see it. Okay, let's count the statues. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 in a row. Let's see what we got here. This one only has, it's hard to see. It's got 3 only. You see that? I gotta pee something fierce too. Alright, count those statues, I'll be right back. Alright, so how many statues we got there? You know how respectful I am of your time. I didn't want to waste your time, so I went ahead and dribbled in my underwear instead of waiting for it to stop dripping. I'm just like, fuck it, we got people waiting, I'll just sacrifice the undies. Alright, so now here's a good one. In New York. So the Hollywood sign, right? There's everybody knows that in Southern California it's super hot. It doesn't snow there, and there's obviously no big ass mountains back there. But if you just type in Hollywood sign and add snow, abracadabra, alakazam, and we got mountains now. How the hell is that possible? It's not possible, is it? That is something only, God could be responsible for. Right? There's no, like, people try to say it's CERN, the Large Hadron Collider. No, it's not. This is something that the Bible talked about in the book of Revelations. They described it as the new heaven and new earth, because the old heaven, the old earth passed away. Well, our old heaven and earth did pass away, because the heavens are different. We used to be in the Sagittarius arm of the galaxy, way in the outskirts of the galaxy. Now we're in the Orion arm in the middle of the galaxy. And the new earth, obviously, because if you look at a map of the earth, it's way different. South America is like a couple thousand miles further west than it was. Australia's got like a bunch of land masses all around it. It used to be like way out there on its own. Australia also has a big like square chunk taken out of it. Didn't used to look like that. Same with to the top of Africa. There's a square chunk out of it. Even the horn. Africa didn't used to have that horn. And Canada didn't look the way Canada looks. Germany was landlocked. Now I know they had U-boats, but they also invaded neighboring countries, so they had access to the water. And just Germany was landlocked. At least where I grew up it was. And then the Antarctica would need an Arctica. Arctica's gone. The North Pole's gone. There's just an Arctic Ocean there now. No North Pole. And the Harry Windsor, Harry the royal kid, he backpacked across the North Pole. And Santa Claus was supposed to live in the North Pole, but so Santa Claus is living in the ocean now. And our heart used to be on the left side, or used to to do the flag salute. You cover your heart, and it would be the side. It wouldn't, but the heart's right in the middle now. And our we didn't used to have bone in our eye sockets. So there's all kinds of things. The Mandela Effect isn't just like a some crazy memory issue. It's not just a false memory. It has nothing to do with memory, because even things that you don't remember any particular way are not the way they used to be anymore. Or we can see evidence of two different timelines. Like here with this bird. Oh. Okay, how about just the ramps? I never used to remember these ramps in any particular way. But we can see evidence of long ramps and short ramps, but you can't have both in the same timeline. Right? Anyway, okay, so not only did the Bible talk about it with the new heaven and new earth in the book of Revelation, but also the Law of One, which was written or channeled in the 80s, also predicted the Mandela Effect. If you go to the Law of One and go to Harvest is this time of year. Oh my God, I do need to sleep. Harvest is this time period we're in right now. It says, can you say anything about the coming planetary changes? I am Ra. The changes are very, very trivial. We do not concern ourselves with the conditions which bring about harvest. So, the Mandela Effect changes are very, very trivial, but they are planetary changes nonetheless. And the book, Book of Revelations. Okay, Revelations 21:1. I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth were passed away, and there was no more sea. Wow. There was no more sea. Well, there's still a sea, but maybe he's talking about a particular sea, maybe like the Sea of Galilee or some shit. But so the book of Revelation is about the time we're in right now. Revelation is supposed to be about now, just like harvest. Harvest is supposed to be the time we're in right now, and Revelations is also talking about now, and it's talking about a new heaven and new earth. So these are saying the same thing in different ways, but they're both supporting and agreeing with each other. Okay, and then the Mandela and the real life is now, the prophecies both came true. These very, very trivial changes did come about in the last days, in the harvest time that we're in right now. So, the Bible's totally legit. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Okay, and also, the Mandela Effect started right as I got told, when God was talking to me when the Mandela Effect started. Okay, and so if I'm claiming that God was talking to me then, and then at the same exact time, there's a phenomenon that God would have to be involved with. Beginning, like that's pretty good evidence that maybe it really was God that was talking to me, right? Let me know what you think down below.